everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. For today's video, I have my July favorites. I can't believe July is already over, but it is. And so I wanted to share with you my favorites for the month of July. Last month was my first favorites video, and I wanted to see how it went, and I got a pretty good response to it, so I'm going to give it a try for another month. I also tried to make sure I picked things that I have used in videos, and I think for the most part, I've at least mentioned everything in here, just so kind of you know that I've used it, that I've put an honest effort into reviewing it, and it's a genuine favorite. It's not just something I threw together for the sake of a video. And this month, everything I did put together, is it everything? Yeah, everything I did put together is actually makeup, and to be honest, clearly I'm in the summer mentality, because like a good amount of it is like bronzers or highlighters. Like I'm clearly in summer, so it's a lot of bronzers and highlighters in here, but oh well. And to start with, I've pretty much used this every day, and it is the Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm. I was a little skeptical to try this back out. I did try this out in a first impressions video, where I did a full face of first impressions, and I've learned since then the trick is that you have to rub it into your skin until it gets tacky, and once it's tacky, it is a phenomenal primer. Like your makeup will last all day if you're using this, and not just putting it on, you have to work it into the skin till it's tacky. My next favorite of the month is the Too Faced Born This Way Concealer. I think I've used this in just about every tutorial I've done lately. I end up using this every morning when I do my makeup. I love this stuff. I love the way it covers. I find that I don't have to use a separate under eye corrector. Like I'm not reaching for my Bobbi Brown corrector. It lasts, it doesn't crease, especially if it's set well with powder. It is going to last all day. The shade range on this stuff is so phenomenal. There are so many different shades and colors. I love this. Like I said, I love this stuff. It blends out so nicely, so evenly, and it lasts such a long time. I skipped one. I had a foundation in there. But for foundation, I have been loving the Milani Conceal and Perfect. It is a 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. So it is, you're supposed to be able to skip the concealer step. I personally still do use a little bit of concealer just because I do get some breakouts and I have some dark circles under my eyes, and sometimes on some mornings I feel like I do need all the help I can get, and so, you know, I pile it on. Full on cake face on those days. This stuff, first of all, the coverage is unbelievably phenomenal, and it doesn't feel heavy. That's what I really like about this so much. It covers really well, but I also find a lot of full coverage foundations, you can feel them. It feels like it's cakey on your face. I don't feel this way about this stuff. I don't feel like it's super cakey. I don't feel like it's really heavy. I don't feel like my skin is just caked on in makeup. So I am really a fan of that this month. I have 3 kind of bronzer products I've been rotating through, but also kind of using together. The first one is the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops in the shade Sunset. And I did a full-on review of this as well as the highlighter, the illuminator one, and that's in a previous video. I can link it below. And if you look up close, you can see like the label on this is, it's foil, and it is like worn off already, because I have seriously been using this like nobody's business. I find it just for the summer gives such a nice suntan kind of look, and just brightens and illuminates the skin so beautifully. I love this stuff. I spoke about it in the review I did, how nicely it blends out and how it doesn't look cakey or muddy or like it's overdone. It really looks nice and natural, and it just gives such a beautiful finish to the face that I love this stuff. So big favorite. And the Custom Enhancer Drops are a liquid. I have a cream version of that from Chanel, and it is the Soleil Tan de Chanel, and it is a, like I said, a cream version of the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops to me, and it does that same thing where it kind of bronzes up the skin. There you go. And so I will use this guy with a big old like duo fiber brush and just use it where I would normally get a sun tan. on my face where the sun would hit first, so like in through here, up on my forehead, my nose a little bit. But it gives that illusion that you have a tan. Lastly, for bronzer, this was a product I reviewed in my drugstore haul to get the Summer Glow drugstore style. It is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and this one is in the shade Light Bronzer. First of all, I could sit and smell this all day long. It just smells so amazingly good. It's that like coconutty smell you find in tanning oil, like tanning oils. That smell, like the Hawaiian tropic smell. Oh, just oh. But as a bronzer, it gives a really natural, and again, this is the lighter one, but it gives a really natural kind of sun-kissed glow. Can you see that? The glow it gives though? But it's not muddy, it's not cakey, it's not like gonna overwhelm your face. It's really gonna like highlight in a bronzy way, and it really gives a nice look, like summertimey glow look to your face. As most of you know, my absolute favorite makeup product is blush. I feel like my life's goal is to have the biggest blush collection I can. I adore blushes. Highlighter is quickly becoming a close second to blush. I recently, not like a couple months ago, picked up the Becca Flower Child Mineral Blush, and it looks like this. And it is just such a gorgeous light pink shade. These Becca blushes, the mineral blushes, are unreal. They're so pigmented. I have it on today, and I only put it on very lightly today and blended it out, and I only needed the smallest amount, and I still got such an amazing wash of color on my face from this, and they really blend out nicely. So if you do put too much on, as is easy to do with these, you can easily blend it out because they really blend out well, but they also last. So sometimes products that blend out really easily, it's a sign that they don't last, that they're not going to sit on the skin well. But these ones definitely do. They definitely will last all day. I just can't get enough of the Becca blushes. This is the second or third one I have now, and I just love them. Okay, next I have a couple of eyeshadow palettes that I have been loving for July. The first is this Viseart, still can't pronounce it, but it is the 07 Cool Matte palette. This I tend to go for like on an everyday basis, like when I'm getting ready for work and stuff. This is the palette I reach for every morning. And like I said, I love the colors. They're all cool, matte, and for my skin tone and my hair color and eye color, it's a really good palette to complement those. In addition, it lasts all day. And so like I said, I do use this palette in the morning for work when I get ready for work, and I don't want to have to be worrying about touching up my makeup while I'm at work or things like that. So I know with this palette, my eyeshadow is not going to crease. It is not going to kind of like clump in spots. It is going to last throughout the day. It is something I do not have to worry about, and I know the colors, they just blend out so nicely and they meld so well together, and big fan. I mean, you already know I'm obsessed with this. So, I mean, poor Primavera is like getting to the bottom already. I'm obsessed with this palette. It is the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. Came out about a month and a half, 2 months ago, and I use it all the time. I do stick with the Viseart, I still can't pronounce it. If you know how to say it, can you please like phonetically write it out for me? I'd appreciate that. But this guy is like my go-to on weekends, I feel like, or for weddings or for party looks. I don't know. Primavera and Vermeer just kind of, they stepped up my game a little bit, I feel like. And I'm obsessed. The other eyeshadow palette I have is the Jeffree Star Beauty Killer palette. Now this one to me is more for like let's have fun kind of palette, because the colors in here, I don't know, for any eyeshadow look I would create out of this, I feel like I have to use one of these kind of definitely bright out there colors. I think they're phenomenal colors. I love these colors. I love that this palette is so unique and that these are not necessarily a group of colors you see together often. I don't know, I just think that this palette is gorgeous. It's not something I necessarily go for every day because, I don't know. I mean, I probably could show up to work in a bright pink eyeshadow. Maybe I could. Do you see how nicely that blends out? And like this gold one, which is a shimmer, which doesn't tend to blend out as well as mattes, shimmers traditionally. Like, do you see the pigment and how well that blends out? And you see, like, look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. I had one lip color this month that I've worn a lot, and pretty much every day in the morning I'll put this on. It is the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in Crush. It is what I'm wearing today. It is a very light pink, has some rose undertones, but it's more of a pink neutralish shade, and it is a liquid lipstick. It's part of the newer collection of liquid lipsticks from Anastasia, and they're just as fabulous as the older ones. The formula hasn't changed. The staying power hasn't changed, the wear hasn't changed. It does not dry my lips out or make my lips does not like clump on my lips like some liquid lipsticks do. It is right up there at the top. And when I told you I was crazy about the highlight this month, I wasn't kidding. I have 5 highlighters to talk about. The first is the highlight from the Custom Cover X FX Custom Enhancer Drops. It is the shade Moonlight. And again, this was part of the review where I reviewed the Sunset bronzer shade. This is the Illuminator, and it is a liquid highlight, and enough said. But it is an absolutely gorgeous liquid highlight, and just like the bronzer, it blends out beautifully. It doesn't clump, it lasts an incredibly long time, and just beautiful. Next is the new Ofra highlighter, and this is in the shade Beverly Hills. And what I love about this one is that you actually get 5 different highlighters in this. So you can't use like a fan brush necessarily if you're looking to go for one specific color. You do have to use a more concentrated brush, like the F03 from Sigma would be a good one to like reach in there and get, you know, whatever shade you were looking for. But you can actually use all of these separately or as one individual shade. And so, let me see if I have a clean finger here. I don't, I've been trying too many products today. So you can just kind of, so if I do this, and see how pretty of a highlighter that makes when they're all kind of swooped together. Oh my gosh, let's put some more on just because. Like, this is unreal. I love this stuff. This stuff is great, and individually all the shades are beautiful as well. Like, here's that white as a highlight, like, not pretty. I also have been loving the Sleek in the shade Solstice, and there are 4 highlight shades in here. There's a yellowy one, a pinkish peachy one, a kind of white one, and a purplish one. Now this white one is actually cream. It's a cream highlight. I'm running out of room. But it's pretty highlight. I like this purple one too because you don't often see purple highlight, but it comes out pretty nicely. The peach one is the one I tend to reach for most because look at that shade. Oh my gosh, is that not beautiful? And then the last one is this yellowy one, which is also really pretty. The last 2 products, last 2 makeup products are both highlighters as well. I'm sorry, I've gone highlighter happy this summer, but they are from Jeffree Star as well. They are the Skin Frost in Ice Cold and Peach Goddess. And sometimes I use them together. Sometimes I use them on their own. But oh, good grief. Do you see that? That's Ice Cold. And then Peach Goddess. This is gorgeous pinky one. And it's actually the shade I had on today till I put the Beverly Hills over it. Like, ugh, kills me. They're just, again, beautiful highlights, last a long time, blend out really nicely, and you can really intensify those ones in particular. Like, you can make them very light and natural looking on the face, or you can really, like, layer them on there. The other thing I love about them is, do you see the size of this packaging? Okay, well, here's my Physicians Formula bronzer. Like, this thing is huge. I mean, you get so much in this. I don't know. It makes me happy. So I hope you've enjoyed this monthly favorites video for July. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys.